In a literature class, high school student Raphael imagined action scenes instead of writing a poem. Raphael has been writing a science fiction novel for almost 3 years and currently figuring out what else to add up. His book stars a superhero named Zoltan. The story's plot remains unrevealed because Raphael never let someone read it, even his best friend, Felix. After their class, Felix tries to convince Raphael to let him read the novel. As usual, Raphael never allowed him. Felix complained and murmured to his best friend. Instead of reading the whole book, Felix asked Raphael about Zoltan's leading lady in the story. Felix highly suggests that Zoltan should have true love like other superheroes. Raphael laughed and teased his friend that Zoltan had 1,000 women in his novel. In reality, Raphael had no plans of writing a lady for Zoltan in the story. One night at school, Raphael grabbed a red book from his locker. The book contains the draft of his novel. While standing at the locker, a beautiful melody of a piano caught his attention. He followed the music that led him to a room. There, a lovely lady was playing the piano. Raphael was amazed at the lady's talent that his reaction startled her. Raphael was intimidated by the lady's presence. As she stood up, Raphael immediately made way for her to the door. However, he accidentally pushed a statue to the fire alarm. The alarm rang. Raphael and the lady felt nervous and escaped before the school authorities caught them. Outside, Raphael and the lady gasped for air after running. They laughed at what they did and introduced themselves. The lady is Olivia. She wore red glasses, but her beauty undeniably stood out. Raphael's world stops as he stares at Olivia. They had a short conversation when suddenly, Raphael felt he was about to collapse. He decides to rest his head on the bench they sat. Olivia, on the other hand, also fainted after feeling exhausted. She couldn't stand anymore, so she just laid over Raphael. The following day, Raphael told Felix about the lady he met last night, Olivia. Felix laughed and found it interesting how they fainted at the same time. Meanwhile, Raphael looks bothered. His handwritten novel was lost. Recalling the time he wrote it made him tired even more. Raphael has no choice but to rewrite that if he can't find it. Shortly after, Raphael saw Olivia coming towards him. He glanced at Felix and told him she was the lady he was referring to. Felix smiled and made fun of his friend. He walked away to let them talk. Olivia greeted Raphael and sat on the bench. Raphael told Olivia that his book had gone missing. Olivia sympathized with the man but was smiling at the same time. Suddenly, the lady took something from her bag. It was the red book. Raphael was so happy that he hugged Olivia. After thanking the lady, the man asked if she had read the book. Olivia laughed and nodded yes. She even complained about why Zoltan kisses different ladies he barely knew. After talking, Olivia kissed Raphael on the cheeks to say goodbye. There, Raphael told the lady that he'd think about revising the kissing part like how Olivia advised him. Olivia smiled and pecked a kiss on Raphael's lips. Raphael's eyes went big. He felt a butterfly on his stomach. Raphael liked it, so he kissed Olivia back. They became couples that instant. Years went by, and their relationship flourished. Olivia's presence in Raphael's life made him decide to rewrite his novel. He added a shadow character in Zoltan, mainly inspired by Olivia. They lived together and got married after. In terms of careers, Raphael became a famous science fiction novelist because of Olivia's support. Meanwhile, Olivia did not pursue her dream to be a pianist and worked as a music teacher instead. In their married life, Raphael was so famous that he didn't have time with Olivia. He became busy and showed up late for Olivia's piano recitals. At home, the two barely talk because Raphael is always glued to his phone. Olivia felt that the Raphael he knew in high school was not the Raphael she married. Regardless, she still supports him and watches his shows while eating her meal alone. One night, Raphael went home late. He immediately went to his working table to continue working on his new novel. Raphael has only a few changes to make to the ending. There he decides to end his book by eliminating the shadow character. Meanwhile, Olivia was observing her husband. After working, Raphael went scrolling on his phone. Olivia feels that she's invisible. Her husband doesn't talk to her anymore. She also observed that Raphael doesn't want her to read his novel, unlike before. Olivia couldn't hold her emotion anymore. She shed tears as she expresses her disappointment with Raphael's cold treatment. Instead of comforting and apologizing to his wife, Raphael nagged at Olivia. He never listened and thought that she was annoying. The couple quarreled. For more than 10 years of being together, it was the couple's major fight. On that same night, Raphael went out to drink. Meanwhile, Olivia reads a copy of the novel. She cried after knowing that Raphael eliminated her character in his book. Raphael went home drunk. Olivia looked at him with disgust as he walked into bed. The two slept on opposite sides of the bed. A snowstorm took place that night. Raphael woke up late, and his body was aching. He was alone in bed. Raphael decided to go outside. There, Felix was awaiting him with an old scooter. He hopped but complained that his butt was barely seated. Felix laughed at him. He was also curious why Raphael was wearing fancy clothes when they were heading to school. At the school, people were greeting Raphael, but Raphael did not know them. Raphael found himself in a literature class. He sat, and the children were staring at him. Raphael did not know how to deal with children, so he awkwardly talked to them. Suddenly, a little girl asked him about Shakespeare. Raphael was blown away by her question that he just left. The children were confused. It seems that their favorite teacher Raphael acts weird today. Raphael, on the other hand, told them just to ask him about the heroine Zoltan. The children went silent. They didn't know what Zoltan was. The atmosphere went awkward, so Raphael excused himself and reasoned that his day was full of appointments. Raphael headed to a building. He greeted all of the employees on his way to the office. The people there were shocked. They didn't know him. Marie, the secretary, tried to stop him, but he acted like a boss and went to a board meeting. Inside, Raphael felt out of place. He didn't know what the employees were talking about. There he interrupts a board member. The boss went mad at his behavior. He asked all his men if they knew him. All of them responded no. Raphael got kicked out of the building after. Outside, Raphael felt confused. He looked on the bus and saw a familiar lady on the poster. It was his wife, Olivia. She was already a famous pianist and invited everyone to her concert. Confused, he went to the place where the concert will be held. Fans of Olivia flocked there. He introduced himself as Olivia's husband, but everyone burst laughing. Olivia was walking around. She looked stunning in her white coat. Her smile can melt anyone who sees her. Raphael was just staring at his wife, confused about what was going on. Everyone was dying to get her autograph. Raphael also had one. Olivia signed it, but the lady talked to Raphael like he had never existed in her life. Raphael was slowly getting crazy. He didn't know what was happening. Raphael decides to return to his apartment. There, he checked the things to understand his situation better. He was surprised when he saw the red notebook. Zoltan was not yet published. There were even blank pages on the back. It turns out that Zoltan was left unfinished. Raphael opened his laptop and Googled himself. He is a literature teacher and was joining a dating site. Meanwhile, his wife, Olivia, is a famous classical pianist. Raphael was drowned seeing Olivia's 200,000 followers online. A woman went into his apartment. With the way she talks to Raphael, it seems that she knows him so much. Raphael, on the other hand, ran away to his room after the woman kissed him. At school, Felix opened up that he had found Raphael weird since yesterday. Raphael told him that he was in a parallel universe. He woke up with a new life. Felix burst out laughing and left his best friend. After classes, teacher Felix sat in a room where Raphael explained what had happened to his life. Raphael looked serious as he told Felix about his previous career as a well-known writer, and that he was married to Olivia, currently a famous pianist. Felix, on the other hand, told the man that he was a literature teacher. It is also impossible that he has a wife because he's only fond of sleeping with different girls. Felix drove his friend to Olivia's concert. Raphael was confident that he could get inside but failed. But Raphael was desperate to talk to Olivia, so he pretended as a waiter at the event. In everything he does inside, he communicates to Felix on the line. Felix is not yet convinced by Raphael's story but is supportive of his friend. Shortly after, Raphael found Olivia at the event. She was talking to other ladies. He finds it difficult to approach her. Raphael asked Felix what to do, but before he could respond, Olivia was walking toward him. Raphael felt nervous but tried to act normal. The lady was requesting him a mini dish. Raphael was unsure how to respond, but he agreed. He thought that it was the only possible way to talk to her. Raphael found Olivia outside the building. Raphael approached the lady and gave her the requested dish. Olivia thanked the man but went curious about why he was not leaving. The lady stared at him. She smiled and recognized Raphael. He was the fan she signed an autograph. Raphael was dismayed. He thought that Olivia would remember him as her husband. The following day, Felix went out with Raphael to play table tennis. They used to be table tennis players back in high school. However, Raphael had no algorithm as he played. His muscle memory as an athlete was not even showcased. Raphael is indeed a different person now. Felix and Raphael bathed together, upset that they lost the game. There, Raphael talked to his friend that he wanted to return to his original world. Felix made him remember what had happened before everything changed. Raphael recalled that he had a huge argument with Olivia that night. It was the first time they had fought since they started dating in high school. Raphael concludes that it has something to do with his current situation. In that thought, Raphael decided to win back Olivia's heart again, hopeful that everything would be in its original state after that. Raphael has no idea about Olivia's address, so he goes to the grandma who raised her. There, the older lady has Alzheimer's. She recognized Raphael, but he was not sure if she did. Raphael talked to the woman to gather some information about Olivia. He also looked around to see possible traces of his wife there. Shortly after, the door opened. Olivia came in. The lady rattled, seeing a stranger inside. Raphael reasoned out that he's a cultural employee who visits weekly. Afraid that the grandma would speak against him, Raphael went out. Olivia checked her grandma. She asked her if he knew the guy earlier. Grandma responded yes and told the lady that she liked him. Outside, Raphael embraces his role as a cultural employee. Fortunately, he is at the institution for elderlies, so he instantly found an old man to get his act on. He pretends that he's reading something to him. Olivia was observing him. She was now convinced that Raphael was not harmful. Raphael greeted Olivia as he saw her. He also invited her for a coffee. The lady agreed, so they sat on a bench nearby. This time, Raphael plans to know if Olivia's taste in coffee is similar to how she used to before, black without sugar. He's surprised that Olivia isn't picky about coffee. She also didn't like her favorite snack. Olivia mentioned that her grandma loves writing biographies but can't even complete her own. There, Raphael asked Olivia if she already has written her biography. Olivia smiled and told him that she was not into it. The following day, Raphael asked for Felix's help to be his agent. He plans to write Olivia her biography to be nearer to the lady. Felix fixes his voice as he tries to call Olivia's assistant. After attempting some calls, the assistant finally accepted his call. Felix introduced himself as Raphael's agent and told Olivia's team that his boss was interested in writing the pianist a biography. After Felix's smart negotiation, Olivia agreed and wanted to meet the biography writer on the weekend for dinner. Raphael jumped joyfully, hearing it. He couldn't believe he was only steps closer to winning back his wife. The weekend came, and Raphael groomed himself to meet Olivia. He also brought flowers and gave them to the lady. Surprisingly, Olivia liked it. She told Raphael it was her favorite flower. Raphael looked so happy not until Mark Deschanel came. He is Olivia's boyfriend. Raphael felt heartbroken hearing that. Mark is also Olivia's agent, manager, and producer and was the one on the line with Felix. The couple was looking for Raphael's agent. Raphael responded that he was on his way. Raphael went to the bathroom to call Felix. He told him that Olivia and Mark were looking for him. As a supportive friend, Felix agreed. After a little while, Felix arrived. He introduced himself and transitioned as Raphael's agent. Felix's sense of humor clicked with the couple. They sat for dinner, the meal that Mark cooked. After the main course, Mark went to the kitchen to prepare the desserts. Felix offered to assist him, so Raphael and Olivia were left on the table. Olivia invited Raphael outside for some air. The lady smokes only on the balcony because Mark doesn't let her. Olivia shared with Raphael that her life as a famous artist was not easy. The lady felt controlled because she had to consult her manager before she decided on her life. Even getting a manicure must have permission from him. The two continued talking until Olivia realized she was a reserved lady and was too young to have a biography. Raphael agreed and told Olivia that he would not force her to do so. Olivia was surprised. She finds Raphael considerate. Dessert was already served, so Mark went outside to call them. Raphael immediately grabbed Olivia's cigarette and hid it from Mark. Olivia thanked Raphael for his gesture. The lady finds Raphael kind that she changes her mind and agrees for the biography. The next day, Raphael started to get to know Olivia for the biography. They dined in a restaurant. Raphael eagerly listens as Olivia opens up to him about her life. With a pen and paper, he patiently lists down important notes. Little did Olivia know, Raphael did not write anything there. He wants to know her more to formulate an approach to pursue her again. Olivia looked cute as she recalled her best memory at the piano. The two had a great time together. Raphael wrapped up their first session for the biography. He jokingly told the lady that he could write a whole chapter for the random things she shared that day. Outside, a lady approached them. It was the same woman who went to Raphael's unit, Melanie. Melanie is his ex-girlfriend. She seems not to move on after Raphael refuses to kiss her back. Melanie also sounded angry that Raphael tried to think of a way to get rid of her. Raphael introduced Olivia as his girlfriend. Olivia, on the other hand, was up for the act and pretended to as Raphael's girl. Melanie cried but complimented that the two looked great as couples. Raphael and Olivia laughed as Melanie walked away. Raphael brought Olivia to Jacques de Coeur Lyceum and told the lady they met there 10 years ago as high school students. However, Olivia could not recall it. Raphael proceeded to show her the piano room where she used to rehearse. It was locked, so Raphael used a fire extinguisher to open it. And voila, the door opened. But a professor went out. Out of shock, Raphael sprayed the extinguisher on him. Afraid to be caught, they ran as fast as they could, as they did 10 years ago. It was the weekend, and Olivia texted Raphael if he could go with her to Camargue. Raphael shouted with gladness after reading that. Camargue is where Olivia lives. She usually goes there alone to unwind during weekends. This time, Olivia felt that she wanted to bring Raphael with her. Raphael was amused by Olivia's home, especially by the piano. The two dined in a romantic place and had a bottle of wine. Shortly after, Raphael dared to confess something to the lady. He told her that he knew her all along because they were couples. Raphael also added that they are already married. Raphael was teary-eyed, swearing that everything he said was the truth. Olivia burst out laughing. Raphael continued but acted like he was just joking. However, it was half meant when he told her that it reached a point in their marriage that he forgot to look at her. The time when Raphael was busy with his career. Olivia laughed again and turned red. She looks drunk. They rode on a bicycle home but stopped by at the beach. Under the moon, Olivia danced like a kid. They swam at the beach and had a great time. Under the water, Olivia hugged her legs around Raphael. Raphael froze. It was so romantic that he imagined making love with Olivia. The next day, Raphael woke up with breakfast in bed. Olivia prepared it for him. The lady's sweet gesture made Raphael think of something. He finally returned to his world. He screamed and felt alive. He got up and called Olivia with their endearment as couples, honey. Raphael could not find Olivia around but saw himself standing in the mirror. As he undressed his polo, he saw the tattoo mark. Raphael was dismayed. He had never had tattoos before. Raphael only had it in the current world he's in. At that moment, he realized he was still in the parallel world. While looking at the beach, Olivia confessed to feeling something for Raphael last night. She requested him to keep it only for themselves. At the train station, Mark was standing from afar. He looked upset, seeing that Raphael was with Olivia. The lady bid her goodbye to Raphael and went to Mark. Raphael felt sad and weak. He went to Felix, looking hopeless. He was able to make Olivia fall in love again. But nothing changed. He's still in a parallel universe where Olivia is to marry Mark. He blamed Felix for believing his theory, for making him think he'll return as a famous writer if he makes Olivia fall in love with him again. Felix felt lonely for what he had heard. He believes that Raphael is not happy with the world where he exists as his friend. He also went angry that Raphael stopped pursuing Olivia when he was almost close to winning her back. Felix went to his drawer to get all the letters he wrote for Morgane, the lady who never loved him back. Felix lectured him about love. He told Raphael he was lucky that Olivia had the same feelings for him. Hearing those, Raphael came to realize that he would pursue Olivia, regardless if she were in the parallel world. Raphael went out to visit Olivia's grandma. Olivia was not there because she was preparing for a concert. The old woman was so happy to see him. She even asked how his countryside trip with Olivia went. Raphael just smiled at the woman. He noticed that she wasn't wearing her ring anymore. She told Raphael that she had forgotten if she had given it to someone. The ring was meant to be inherited by Olivia once she got married. Nervous, Raphael called Olivia on the phone. Olivia was having lunch with Mark. Olivia knew she was falling in love with Raphael, so she tried to avoid him as much as possible. While dining, Mark proposed to Olivia. He used the ring from her grandma to make the moment special. Olivia was teary-eyed because she had waited for that moment for a long time. Since Olivia did not return his call, Raphael left a message that he wanted to talk to her at the bench in high school. Later that night, Olivia arrived at their meeting place. Raphael shed tears as he asked Olivia if she had said yes to the proposal. Olivia nodded yes. The lady apologized to Raphael that he had met him late in her life. She said yes to Mark because he had loved her for a long time. Raphael's world fell apart. He continued his life as a literature teacher and moved on. One time before class starts, Raphael stands in the window, looking hopeless. His students came in, and he overheard them talking. They did not like Shakespeare's book because a heroine died. One of the students said that Shakespeare is a jerk for making a lady fall in love with him but eliminating her at the end of the story. Raphael reacted. An idea popped into his mind, Sultan's ending. Raphael worked days and nights to finish Sultan. After days of sitting at his desk, he finally reached the ending part. This time, he won't eliminate Shadow. Raphael finished the book and rushed to Olivia. That night was Olivia's concert, and the lady was preparing. Olivia promised to read the book with the deal that Raphael won't bother her life with Mark. Outside, Raphael saw Felix. He was holding the hand of the lady he loves, Morgane. Raphael gave Morgane all the letters that Felix wrote. The two dated after that. In the dressing room, Olivia flips the pages of Zoltan. Outside, Raphael notices a snowstorm. He looked happy. It's an indication that Olivia was reading the book. The concert started, and Olivia stopped reading. Raphael also came and seated to see Olivia's performance. Raphael shed tears as Olivia starts to play the piano. He closed his eyes and reminisced their happy memories. At the same time, he felt guilty recalling how he hurt the lady he loved the most back then. Raphael made her cry. There, he realizes that he's not worthy of Olivia. Raphael doesn't deserve a loving woman like her. While Olivia was performing, Raphael went to her dressing room and wrote something on the book's cover page, a note expressing his love for the lady for the last time. He also took the novel before Olivia could finish it. On the stage, Olivia's performance went well. Crowd cheers as the lady bows. Olivia was highly emotional as she stood on the stage. There, she saw a seat unoccupied. Raphael was not there anymore. Outside, Raphael threw the book. Olivia deserves to be happy without him. Suddenly, someone pats his back. It was Olivia. The lady kisses Raphael and chooses him over Mark. At that moment, Olivia falls in love with Raphael again the second time around.